Hi friends, it's Belinda here from BMakingJoy. Welcome to episode 45 of What Brings Me Joy, a mostly knitting channel from my home here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where I share with you my knitting progress, keep track of the projects that I cast on so you can hold me accountable. And sometimes you get a sneak peek at some of the designs I'm working on. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, I'm so glad to have you back. I really appreciate you taking the time to sit and listen to me chatter about my projects. I'm recording this on Tuesday, December 24th, 2024. And in this episode, I have 2 finished objects to share, but not much else. I just wanted to document those 2 items before I send them away. But first, a little bit of a life update. In the last 2 weeks, I haven't left the house very much. Just a couple of grocery runs and Thursday afternoon knit group and a couple of congregation meetings, but I have wimped out on some of the congregation meetings and Zoomed them instead of going in person. My foot's been bothering me. It's been, we had a very icy snow last week, and then I've just been feeling damp ever since, and the dampness is making my foot ache. So for anyone who doesn't know, I broke my foot a year ago, October of 2023. And yeah, it's starting to bother me with the weather, with my old age. Anyway, news. My middle daughter is home from Edmonton this week, and her cat Twyla came with her. And her cat and my cat, I think we've achieved a comfortable tolerance between the 2 of them. Because yesterday they were both lying here on this bed, about 3 feet apart, but still they were together. Anyway, my oldest daughter will be here tonight, so I need to get this room cleaned up because I'm sure she doesn't want mannequins staring at her while she's trying to sleep, or all my unfinished projects on the floor over there, and stuff on the desk I need to clean up. So let's get this recording done and then get cleaned up. And yeah, the highlight of my week, besides having my kids home, is watching the coyotes in the backyard. I wanted to share that with you. I'll insert video clips of them. Now that the lake is frozen, they come around making the rounds through our yards, the neighbors' yards. Now one's coming over into ours. Yeah, I know it's kind of a little scary to have wild animals in your backyard, but I do enjoy watching them. But they don't really belong here right in the middle of the city. I think during the summertime, they're down in Fish Creek Provincial Park, which is 2 kilometers away. Anyway, I've been running 2 test knits on Yarn Pond, and they've not been smooth sailing. The first one for the Cloak has only gotten 1 tester, and I really appreciate you. And yeah. And the Fun in the Snow throw, it was quickly accepted. I've got 6 testers working on that, and they found a few mistakes, which is fine because that's what we want our test knitters to do to make sure the pattern is workable. Normally I get the tech editor to finish her job first before I set up the test knitters so that they have a more polished version of the pattern to work from. But I'm eager to get it going so that I can publish the pattern in February while it's still winter here. And let's see. I resubmitted the materials for my professional knitwear designer course, and I've gotten the final okay on that. Now I just need to mail away the knitting. And that brings me to my finished object. The pattern I wrote for my course is the glow knee-high socks. I made a pair for my daughter back in the summertime. I'll insert a picture. And I decided that rather than send away those ones that she's been wearing, I would knit another pair for my assignment. So they go all up to my knees. The design was written to showcase a special skein of yarn. My daughter's was a glow-in-the-dark yarn. Mine is a variegated yarn. So the feet and the cuffs are in a solid color so that special skein can go all the way to the knees. Really showcase it, really let it glow. Yeah, the cuff is designed with eyelets. I don't know if you can see them. Yep, there we go. So that you can add ribbons. Ilana's are not handy. No, they're not. Hers have ribbons in the top of it, which I think I'll put some ribbons in before I mail them away. Yeah, so this is the pattern that I will publish in the next few months after I've passed the course. And yeah, for mine I use sock needle yarn from Ancient Arts Yarns here in Calgary on their sock needle base. Yeah, it was a color. This one was a color of the month from 2023. It's called Rome Coliseum at Dusk. And then my solid color is Lapis Lazuli, which is a gemstone. So that's that design. And I started treadmill knitting again. I started walking on the treadmill again, which is good for my foot. A slow pace, slow enough that I can knit. And so when these got too heavy to be hanging off the needles while walking, I started a potholder. This is the double thick potholder patterned by Daniela Taylor, written for Pearl Soho, sorry. And this is the free pattern on their website. I will link it below. I made the first one back in June. So now the second one is done. I've got a set to give away. I'll ask my daughters if either of them want one for a set. I'll find somebody to give it away to within the next week. So yeah, the yarn is Bernat Handicrafter cotton, a worsted weight cotton, and it's knit in the round and then folded and sewing into shape. Really neat design. So yeah, I don't need pot holders myself because my countertops are granite. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm nervous. I want to get this done before my kids interrupt. So that's my 2 finished objects. The only other project that I spent any time working on was my trainer cloak. Oh, down here. So this is the first one of the 2 that I have in test knitting. And I decided to make another one for myself along with my test knitters. So the original pattern was done in the Pokemon theme, but this version for myself is a solid color body in the color Kismet, and using Lasco Fine Blend by Ancient Arts Yarns. And the button band and the hood will be in the color Baby Aubergine. I wanted to show that you can knit it in any color combination, whether for cosplay or for everyday wear, but the pattern itself is going to include the graph for the Pokemon theme and easy instructions for converting it to your own color scheme. So yeah, as I said, it's in the test knitting phase. I have one test knitter. I haven't heard from her recently. It's so hard to trust that the process is going, it's working, it's just carry on. The goal is to have it published the end of January. If I do have to extend the date, I will, because it's a lot of knitting. It's stocking at on and on and on, a lot of knitting. When I showed it to you last, I think I was here at this stitch marker. Since then, I've started the split for the armholes, and I've got one section knit, the second section almost knit for the armholes. Where is it? There. Then the third section to do, and then they will be rejoined to continue for some more length. And then the stitches picked up for the button band, and then the stitches picked up off the provisional cast on to do the hood. Yeah. So we'll look for that in late January, early February. And the circular snowflake throw pattern is coming along, the test knit, so I'm hoping to have that one released in February. That's really where all my attention has been the last couple of weeks. So let's do a WIP count update. Last episode I had 10 unfinished projects. The Potholder wasn't even on the list. I've cast it on and finished it since the last episode. I also started a new project after I finished the Potholder. I cast on a heart-shaped dishcloth. It's in the basement for my treadmill knitting. So, yeah. And then the knee socks got crossed off my list, so my WIP count is still at 10. I have no acquisitions this month. I have nothing further to share, so a very short episode for you. So until next time, thanks for watching. Happy knitting, happy crocheting, beading, embroidery, jigsaw puzzling, baking, whatever craft it is that you like to do, go make some joy.